The following is a Hennessy Hendo production. It includes excerpts and material from my vast collection of books and general knowledge. My collection spans many centuries and millennia. I upload as I have time, but the sheer volume is just so immense. It would do the people of the world good to listen to some actual classics or educate themselves on all manner of topics from fictional books to philosophy. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Marxist historiography is an approach to historical analysis that applies the theories and concepts developed by Karl Marx to the study and interpretation of history. This framework emphasizes the importance of economic factors, class struggle, and the dynamics of capitalism in shaping historical events and social structures. Marxist historiography views history as a process driven by material conditions and the conflicts between different social classes. Key concepts of Marxist historiography. 1. Historical materialism. This is the foundational concept of Marxist historiography. It posits that the economic base, the mode of production and relations of production, fundamentally shapes the superstructure of society, which includes culture, politics, and social institutions. The way people produce and distribute resources influences every aspect of society, and changes in the economic base lead to shifts in the superstructure. 2. Class struggle. A core idea in Marxist thought is that history is driven by the struggle between different social classes. In Marxist historiography, historical development is viewed through the lens of the conflicts between the ruling class, the bourgeoisie, that controls the means of production, and the working class, the proletariat, that provides labor. This class struggle is seen as the engine of historical change and revolution. 3. Dialectical materialism. This concept, influenced by the Hegelian dialectic, suggests that historical progress occurs through a process of thesis, antithesis, synthesis. In other words, contradictions in society, such as class conflicts, create tensions that eventually lead to the emergence of a new social order. These contradictions are resolved through revolutionary changes that reshape society. 4. Modes of production. Marxist historiography categorizes history into different modes of production, such as primitive communism, slavery, feudalism, capitalism, and, potentially, socialism. Each mode is defined by specific economic and social relations, and transitions from one mode to another occur through revolutionary changes driven by class conflicts. Development and key figures in Marxist historiography. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. While Marx himself did not write detailed histories in the modern sense, his works, such as the Communist Manifesto and Das Kapital, laid the foundation for later historians. Engels' work, The Origin of the Family, Private Property and the State, further developed Marxist historical ideas by linking the evolution of social structures to economic conditions. Soviet historiography. In the early 20th century, Marxist historiography was adopted and promoted in the Soviet Union as the dominant framework for understanding history. Soviet historians often emphasized the inevitability of socialist revolution and focused on the economic factors shaping historical events. This period saw an emphasis on the role of workers and the state in the process of class struggle. Western Marxist historians. Outside of the Soviet Union, Marxist historiography took different forms. In Britain, historians like E. P. Thompson and Eric Hobsbawm played significant roles. Thompson's The Making of the English Working Class highlighted the lived experiences of workers, emphasizing agency within the working class while also focusing on economic and social conditions. Hobsbawm's works, including The Age of Revolution, provided comprehensive analyses of historical periods with a Marxist perspective on the relationships between economic systems and historical events. Antonio Gramsci, an influential Marxist thinker who expanded on traditional Marxist ideas by considering the role of culture, ideology, and hegemony. Gramsci's concept of cultural hegemony examined how ruling classes maintain control not only through economic power but also by shaping cultural norms and beliefs to maintain dominance. Characteristics of Marxist historiography. 1. Focus on economic and class analysis. Unlike other approaches that might emphasize political leaders, wars, or diplomacy, Marxist historiography centers on how economic systems shape social relations and historical development. It analyzes the material conditions of life and the power dynamics between classes. 2. Analysis of power and exploitation. Marxist historians examine the ways in which power structures perpetuate the exploitation of one class by another. The relationship between the owners of the means of production and the laboring class is seen as fundamental to understanding the causes of social and political events. 3. Interest in the underrepresented. Marxist historiography often gives voice to the marginalized and underprivileged, focusing on the experiences of the working class and other oppressed groups. This aspect is especially evident in History from Below, which highlights the contributions and struggles of ordinary people rather than elite figures. 4. Revolutionary perspective. Marxist historians often emphasize that historical progress involves overcoming contradictions inherent in economic and social systems, leading to periods of conflict, revolution, and ultimately, systemic change. Criticisms of Marxist historiography. 1. Economic determinism. Critics argue that Marxist historiography can be overly deterministic, reducing complex historical events to economic factors and class struggle alone, without sufficiently acknowledging the roles of culture, politics, or individual agency. 2. Political bias. Some interpretations have been criticized for being ideologically driven, especially in contexts where Marxist history was used as propaganda, e.g., in the Soviet Union. 3. Oversimplification. Critics contend that the emphasis on class struggle can oversimplify history by framing it as a binary conflict between two opposing classes, without capturing the full diversity of social dynamics. Contributions to modern historiography. Despite criticisms, Marxist historiography has had a lasting impact on the field of history. It introduced the importance of examining economic and social structures and analyzing how power and inequality shape human events. It has also influenced other schools of thought, such as social history, feminist history, and post-colonial studies, which share a focus on examining marginalized voices and challenging traditional narratives centered on elites. Marxist historiography continues to be relevant, as it encourages historians to think critically about power, economics, and the roles that different social classes play in historical change.
Thank you for watching. Please share the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Check out other series including 10-minute synopses or complete audiobooks on Hennessy Hendo on YouTube. Improve your vocabulary. Be more fun at parties. Increase your knowledge. Become a literary master like Hendo.